All right. Welcome back, everybody, to Midtones, a podcast where we dive deep into the journeys of individuals who have made a mark in the industry. Today, we have the guest whose voice is considered Edmonton's afternoon voice, a personality who drives people, not insane, but comfortably from point A to point B in their commute. We have somebody who helps us turn boring commute into somewhat exciting. He usually gives away a lot of gifts, a lot of cash. So everybody tries to kind of get a hang of him, and I'm very lucky that I got the hang of him to my show. So the guest today is Jeff from the Jeff Holand show on 91.7. And we're gonna take a deep dive into his life, how he chose the career, how his journey has been over the years as the radio host, and we'll pick at his brains. We'll see what we get out of it. So Jeff, thanks for coming, my friend. Appreciate that.
Thank you, sir.
Beer again one more time.
Cheers, buddy.
We'll eat your brain.
Okay.
And hopefully something good
Okay.
comes out of it. Halloween pun intended.
I like that you said I was. Did you say somewhat entertaining or somewhat not like the show's any good, but like 6 out of 10? Sometimes he'll get you with something.
Hey, if you
that's the truth. I appreciate it.
if you catch wrong people at a wrong time, like they're like, that's dumb,
Yeah, it's all dumb.
including me and you.
My show is like pretty much all dumb. Anyway, it's fun. People
Absolutely.
seem to enjoy it, and I hope that you're included in those people. So,
100%.
thanks for having me, man.
100%.
This is cool.
So, first step into the journey. So I thought invite somebody who is already familiar with Mike, right?
Mm-hmm.
So tell me how Jeff Holand became Jeff Holand.
Oh boy. It's a crazy long story, so I'll try to just give you the Cole's notes here. But when I was a kid, I always listened to the radio all the time.
Right.
And when I wouldn't go to sleep and it would annoy my dad, he'd be like, how do I get this idiot to shut up and go to sleep? So he got me a little battery-operated AM/FM transmitter recorder or radio. And he would bring it in and be like, don't tell your mom. I just put batteries in it. Keep the volume low and just put it like under your pillow or in your pillowcase or whatever. And listen to that until you fall asleep. So I would just fall asleep listening to the radio all the time when I was a kid.
Right.
And sometimes it wasn't always like appropriate. Like sometimes I'd be like scrolling through, oh, what is this now? And then my dad would sometimes come in and we'd put on like an international station, and then he would imitate the accents of the people on the. It was borderline inappropriate, but we had fun, and then I laughed and I fell asleep. So that was kind of like I was just ingrained in me forever.
Right.
And then I went through school as you do, graduated high school, and didn't know what the heck I wanted to do. And I started going to the University of Alberta to become a teacher.
Okay.
Could you imagine?
Professor Jeff.
Could you imagine?
Okay.
And so anyway, I go there. I'm like a year in, and I decide, I'm going to keep doing this, but it's not. I can feel that it's not grabbing a hold of me.
Right.
I'm not excited about this. I'm not like every day, I'm going to be a teacher. This is so cool. So I kept going, but then I also reached out to a couple of radio stations in town just because I had that interest always. And I basically just dropped into everyone's DMs and said, hey, I don't know anything, but I love radio,
Right.
and I'd like to know a couple things. So if you wouldn't mind, could I come in?
Right.
And just like see what it's all about, or like, I think I was telling you before, I basically just said, as long as you'll let me and like give me access to the building, can I just keep showing up and like doing things? And I'll get you guys coffees. I'll set up your Christmas tree, which by the way, I horribly regret because the Christmas tree they had, it was over at Now Radio.
Okay.
This was like 2011, 2012 or something.
Right.
The Christmas tree they had sucked to set up and tear down. So whatever poor soul is still doing that,
Right.
my heart goes out to you. But yeah, I basically just barged my way in and said, don't pay me. Obviously, don't pay me. Like I'm
Who needs
an
payment?
idiot. I don't know anything. I can't even set up your damn tree. But I was like, I want to learn more. I like hanging out here. You guys are awesome.
Right.
And so they did. And then eventually, as I'm still going to the U of A, my boss at the radio station said, you know, we can probably give you a couple bucks.
Okay.
And I was like, a job in
Yeah.
radio? Have I made it?
The big jump.
Oh yeah, totally. So I got hired on part-time, and I was just doing, basically the same stuff, and I would help out interacting with listeners on the text line and stuff like that. And then they would bring me on air from time to time, and out of the blue, again, same boss goes, you might be pretty good. Like, you seem to have your wits about you, you know?
Right.
You're kind of funny. You're not hideous. Maybe we could toss you on camera. We could get you on our street team out in the public, or we could bring you on the show every now and again. And he's like, well, we'll pay you part-time, because they didn't have a street team, which is like a promotions team, like out on the street. And
you're gonna interact with people on the street.
Yeah. So then, and they were a pretty brand new station at the time. I think I came in like a year in. They had just launched in 2010 or 11 or something, and then I was right in there.
Okay.
So I barged my way in. Somehow they started paying me. And then they said, do you want to be one of the first people on our street team and go around promoting the radio station in the public in the city of Edmonton and surrounding areas? And I'm like, sure, but what are we going to do? Like, you want me to just drive around? They're like, no, well, yeah, maybe. But we could do we'll put speakers on the outside of the car.
Yeah.
And we'll have you hand out treats to kids. And I was like, this sounds like the creepiest thing I've ever heard in my life. It's like, I'm not the ice cream man, but I'm more accessible than the ice cream man.
Well, absolutely.
And it's all free. I'm just like, come here, kids. So anyway, they called it the Truxicle. So I was the inaugural member of the Truxicle. They made me dress as a milkman and all this stuff. And they did put the boat speakers on the top of the vehicle.
Boat speakers, okay.
Yeah. Which I think is illegal. I'm pretty sure that's illegal. Like, you can't just blast music off the top of your car.
Not anymore.
I don't know. This used to be a free country, you know? I mean,
it used to, well, yeah. It's too deep topic.
It's yeah, whatever. We're having fun. So I did that, and then I was still going to school, and then finally my boss goes, there's a radio and television program that you can take at NAIT in Edmonton. Are you interested? I know you're going to school, but have you thought about that? And I go, do you think I should seriously do that? Or are you just telling me because you feel obligated? I can't tell, I got to give this kid all the tools if he does what he does, whatever. But he's like, no, I think you'd be good. So I dropped out of U of A.
Okay.
And just because I was all of a sudden a milkman,
That's more intriguing than a student at U of A, I think.
An uninspired student is way less cool than a creepy milkman.
Yeah.
You're right.
Yeah.
So then I dropped out, and then I went to NAIT, and I applied a bunch of times, and I didn't get in. And then my parents were like, "What the hell are you doing? You have to do something." I think at that time I was 20, maybe 21.
Okay.
And 19 or 20. And then finally I emailed the dean of the program and said, I already work at a radio station, and I dropped out of U of A to take your dumb program that you won't even let me into. And no reply. And then I showed up there.
Okay.
And I'm like, hey, Pat, listen, man. And I was like, I'm going to be, I was like, make me an extra, because they would take 12 students. So I was like, you make me the 13th, or show me the lineup, and I will eliminate one who I know sucks, and I'll take their place.
Yeah.
I wasn't that abrupt about it, but I just walked in with so much confidence and
determination.
I was like, I got to do this. You got to let me in.
Yeah, a twinkle in the eye is all you need.
And all these years later, it's so funny because he made me the 13th student in a semester of what would normally be 12.
Right.
And I think I'm the only one, or maybe there's 2 or 3 of us left that have jobs in the industry. So the shining jewel of that class. I don't know.
Shining jewel of the class.
No, don't. Can we take that out? That sounds awful. But yeah, it was just nuts, man. But again, it's I kind of barged my way into the building over at Now Radio, and then I literally barged into the dean's office for the program at NAIT.
Yep.
And was pushy but like blindly confident, like for no reason.
No.
I hadn't done anything. I hadn't achieved anything.
You were an intriguing milkman.
I was an intriguing milkman with a mustache at the time too.
That's even fancier.
It was creepy, I'll tell you that. And so, like, I don't know where that blind confidence came, because it was stupid. I was just like, one guy told me that I could be good, and so here I go. Like, it was kind of, it's insane when I tell the story back, but now I'm like, man, if I didn't do those things,
What would you do?
what would I have done? I would have been a horrible elementary teacher or something. I would have been striking, you know? I would have been like, this system sucks. I should have been a milkman.
When I actually look at you being a teacher or a professor, you won't be too bad.
A lot of people have told me that I would make, like, if let's say I say something wrong, more wrong than I already say, and I lose my job, that I could probably be a decent teacher.
There you go.
The problem is I would have to know things to teach things, and
That's
I don't
true.
know anything.
So no math.
Like there's a hard cutoff at like grade 7.
Still good.
You know, is that good?
Well, math at grade
Here's
7?
the thing too. What does a high school diploma even count for anything anymore?
No,
They just hand them out.
It's a paper.
They just hand them out to everybody.
Yeah.
They're just trying to get kids in and out.
Pretty much, yeah.
And so you get your diploma, but so what? How are you gonna get a job? You're not. Unless-
Hey, I did high school twice. So one back home, one here. Still
Was it different languages though? Obviously, yeah. See, so you're
Yeah.
you're super smart.
super smart. Okay. I like to think so
Anyone
too.
who speaks another language as well as English, and by the way, most of them speak English better than I speak, and it's the only language that I speak. Kudos to them. Like, I know people who know 2-3 languages,
Yeah.
and you can just tell that they have a different view of the world,
Mm-hmm.
and they're able to use their words,
Appropriately.
yeah, and just like in a much more fluent way. And I'm just sitting back going, I'm offended. This is my country. I'm just kidding.
Hey, we're taking over, buddy. Hey,
That was the final line.
you're not doing too bad.
I do all right, you know.
There you go.
I make fun of a lot of accents and
I have heard you doing
Yeah.
a mimicry of couple people's.
I
Pretty-
try to keep it
pretty
all white. You can't go off the base tone too much.
Pretty much.
You can't, even a little tint is like,
You're now in Crocs
yeah.
water.
But it's so funny because when I hang out with my friends who are not white,
Yeah.
we all do it to each other. Like, everybody gets in
Yeah.
on it, right?
Yeah.
But you can't do that with people who are not familiar with that kind of.
Pretty much.
Look, we're in a multicultural society. You know, everyone's gonna. And I feel like if you can't crack jokes with people that about your differences, then what are we doing?
Yeah,
you know?
humanity is shrinking if
It
you
sucks.
can't do that.
Yeah.
That is the beauty of Canada, multiculturalism, because that is where you learn a lot of every different thing.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I have a question about that.
Okay.
Say you got a call on your show from non-white,
Yeah.
and you're struggling to catch what they are saying in terms of accent-wise.
Gotcha.
What do you do? So
Oh,
say-
I'll just say. See, this is not a hard thing. If you're just a normal person, you go, I'm so sorry, I'm struggling with the accent. Please help me out.
Yeah.
You know, give me some letters, toss some vowels at me or something so I can, you know.
Possibly.
Yeah. Oh, and then I'll ask, like, where are you from? Like, where's that accent from?
Right.
Because then if I have any experience with that place or those people,
Yeah.
then I can be like,
That makes
that's
sense.
when that letter comes up, they actually say it like that. Okay, it's Armando or so, you know, whatever. But it happens a lot, man. I had a Norwegian guy on the show last week. His name was Uland,
Yes.
and I'm like, that's your name?
Even the guy, what's it called, Satu, or
Oh man, that guy's name was wicked.
the needy or greedy.
His last name was Bomba.
Yes, that one.
I can't remember his first. Seitu?
Seitu, or Seidu.
Seidu
Seidu Bamba. Yeah.
Shout out to Seidu
Seidu
Bamba. He's never gonna listen to this. But
Hey,
Yeah.
he might, you know.
But it's just fun, and I like getting to know people. Like, I ask all these questions that nobody cares about when it's live on the radio, but I genuinely am like, who are you? Where are you? What's going on? What are you going to have for dinner tonight? What the heck kind of a last name is Bomba, you know? And it's just fun, man. People are scared to offend, and I'm not really, because I don't think that any of that's offensive. I think me asking, like, where are you from? What's that accent?
It's a genuine interaction.
Is I'm trying to learn about the person, you know? So, anyway, yeah, stuff like that. I pity the people that think that that's a hard thing, because it should just be human.
Humor, right? It's like depending on person's humor and their perspective of how they take it.
Mm-hmm.
So it's tough. Sometimes it can be. How does sports in general impact your day-to-day work? As per se?
It's a huge influence on my life overall, because I just love sports.
Yep.
So I play a lot of golf. I play a lot of hockey. I used to play baseball for a long time when I was growing up.
Yep.
And it's kind of where I built my personality almost. Like, you can probably tell,
of course,
just by listening to me, that I've got like this, you know, douchebag sports guy kind of thing. And like locker room talk and just like having fun with the guys and joking and making fun of each other. And yeah, so that's kind of, it's sports literally built my personality probably. And then when it comes to work, it's just easy because I love it, because I love sports, right? So I don't work at a sports radio station, but obviously we follow the topical stuff, local sports to the Oilers, you know, going to the Cup final 2 years in a row. Sorry to bring that up. And
still fresh wounds there.
You know what this is what this feels like, and I thought about this earlier today. After the last three, because I haven't seen a lot of winning in any of the sports teams that I cheer for in my whole life, and like, I'm not a big Raptors fan, but I was pumped about that. Whatever, I'm not a big basketball guy.
Yeah.
But the last 3 years, Oilers lose the Stanley Cup Final in Game 7.
Yeah.
They lose the Stanley Cup Final in Game 6.
Yeah.
Toronto Blue Jays lose a game they should have won in Game 7 of the World Series. It's starting to feel like I'm going to turn into Bane at some point. Like, I was born in the dark. You know what I mean? Like, it's just, I was molded by pain and misery and the darkness.
Yeah, this is what makes you you.
It might be. It's why I'm sick. But I talked to my dad, and my dad's, you know, he's going to be 60 in a couple weeks. And when he was in his mid-20s, he watched the Oilers just destroy everyone at hockey and win all the Stanley Cups. And, like, he just thought that's how life was. He's like, yeah, hockey's fun. Yeah, the Stanley Cup's always coming through town.
There you go.
Jasper Ave, you know, I got to see it. I'm like, Dad, what?
It doesn't.
It's been 33 years of me on this earth with nothing.
With nothing, yeah, exactly.
Well, I saw a couple, the Elks, or when they were the Eskimos, they won when I was a kid, and then they won in 2015, so there's that. But, like,
hey, you've seen them.
Major sports, I don't know why I pay attention anymore.
Hey, I had 2024. I was in Florida, Game 7, when we lost.
Oof.
It was not good.
You were at the game, or you were just in Florida?
No, I was in the arena.
How'd you afford that?
Staff trip. My boss took half of our staff for Game 7. You want to change your job?
I want to change my boss immediately.
Hey, yeah.
No, I'm just kidding. I love Ann, but that's crazy.
Yeah.
Wow. So you're just bad luck then.
That's what I don't know.
That was rough, man.
Yeah.
Last year it hurt less because they got throttled in Game 5 and they looked defeated.
Yeah.
And you could kind of feel Game 6 it was coming.
But 24 was awesome. We lost 3-0.
Yeah.
And then we came
bang.
back. And so when we were there, even Panthers fans, they were saying your team came out of blue. Like, we were about to whitewash you, and now we are in Game 7.
Mm-hmm.
And everybody was respecting Oilers fan, and half of the arena was Oilers.
Did you say we were about to whitewash you?
Well, I did say that.
Is that a phrase that I've never heard before? Well, I've heard of whitewashing, but like in a racial sense.
So in Eastern world,
okay,
when you're on a tournament and the opposition team completely
they sweep you.
Pretty much.
Yeah, that's called a whitewash.
That's called whitewash.
That's so funny.
So in cricket, if, say, for an example, right now it's India and Australia tour going on.
Okay.
If India wins all the games of the series,
Yeah.
then technically it's called India whitewashed Australia.
That's fantastic.
So we do have our slangs.
Hang on. Whitewash. I didn't get it, but I understand. Sweep.
Sweep.
That's what it, yeah.
Clean sweep.
Clean sweep.
So whitewash.
Yeah, it would have been, sweep. And then that's what got us is the Oilers won those 3 in a row to tie it up.
Yeah.
Had all the momentum.
It was especially like looking McDavid face to face.
Yeah.
And how heartbroken he was.
If they won, that would have been a reverse whitewash.
Sure, you can say it that way.
I'm learning, man. It's fun.
There you go. See.
So I went to NAIT. And
yeah, you forced yourself into being the third the classmate.
Yeah.
13th.
Yeah. I was the 13th student in there. And the program is real quick. It's not like 4 years or like university. It's 3 semesters really, because it's 2 years, but your final semester is in the field. You're on practicum.
Right.
So first semester is incredibly boring, and it's a lot of like just nonsense about journalism, broadcast rights, the CRTC, laws, rules, regulation. I was like, I'm going to break all these. I don't care.
Yeah.
And I'm not going to be like what am I going to be, a hard-hitting journalist? Am I going to write articles? No, not a chance. I'm a popsicle man. So first semester is boring as hell. I'm sitting around going, is this what this is? Like, why do I need that? I'll just go back to I'll quit this and go back to the radio station until something just happens,
Yeah.
Second semester, though, you start to get some on-air time in the studio. They got a radio studio there at NAIT.
Yep.
Which nobody listens to, but that's good because it's god-awful crap that we're doing.
Yep.
But you do it, and then you listen back, and like some of it, like you practice, and then you put out more and more, and some of the stuff you save, and you get it graded by your instructors and stuff like that. So that was all great, like doing production, learning how to make jingles, or like I took a Kanye song. Which one was it? I know that Kanye's blacklisted right now. I think it was Stronger. I can't remember what I did, but I took a Kanye song and I changed all the lyrics and I made it a song about the show.
Okay.
That I was doing at NAIT. And so that was like one of the projects. And like Robbie, who works with me he's on the Pepper and Dylan show, of course, and has been for 100 years. He's an incredible producer. Like he just gets in his studio.
Absolutely.
And hunkers down and makes magical music and little jingles and funny stuff and bit intros. And he's incredible. And like full songs. Like he's got Halloween songs, Christmas songs.
I had Don't Walk Alone on loop.
Hell yeah. Don't walk alone.
Right? And it got that catchy beat.
It's good, man.
Oilers theme songs? Buddy.
The Oilers songs are great. You're about to find it. No, you're about to find out, or you're about to find out.
Yeah.
On the Avenue.
On the Avenue.
It's a banger. Yeah. So you learn some of that stuff at NAIT as well. And actually when I was going there, because Robbie's so old, when I was going to NAIT, they were playing stuff that he did when he was at NAIT.
Okay.
For projects as examples, right? They're like, Robbie that works at KISS, he was doing this 9 years ago. And I'm like, he's how old? He's not that much older than me.
Nope.
But I think he's like 8 years older than me or something. So yeah, you do that. You get in the studio, you do some stuff. You do have to do like a little bit of, you learn about like some sales stuff as well, which I always knew, like, I'm not going to be, I want to wear sweatpants, I'm not going to be a sales guy.
All right.
Yeah. I know I should have wore sweats today, but I thought we'd match.
There you go. See? It's all telepathy,
So whitewash jeans, are those like... Sorry.
Hey, I can present it to you. I don't know if you're going to like it or not, but...
No, I love that term, man. I'm going to use that a lot.
There you go. So tomorrow on your show, you're going to remember me. Whitewash.
Oh, that's right. I got to work tomorrow. Thanks for the reminder, man.
Hey, you got Tuesday off. Oh, no. That's next
No,
Tuesday.
that's
Sorry.
next, yeah.
I'm a week
How
early.
dare you not remember Remembrance Day? That's great.
I'm so sorry.
So the NAIT program is 3 semesters. And you learn a little like video editing. You learn how to create fun videos for social media. So back then, like when I was going through NAIT, there wasn't a lot of, like, I only got Instagram after I was already at NAIT for like a year.
Okay.
So I don't know when Instagram started, But I got it in like 2012.
I think it was 2008.
Okay,
The beginning of Instagram.
Yeah. So if you scroll back to the beginning of my
Page
thing, it's like 2012 maybe.
Okay.
Yeah. So there was no, like, now I think the program's changed where it's a lot of social media stuff. It's a lot of like this would never go out on social media back 13, 14 years ago.
Yeah.
Maybe it would, like if you were cutting edge or ahead of the curve or knew what you were doing. Yeah.
Yeah.
But nobody in the program was talking about really, like, we had some contests that we would do as projects, and some of that would be through Facebook, a little bit on Instagram. But really, like, some people just you could tell, like, I could always point out a few people that were in my class, like shout out to Marika, shout out to Jason, Kaylee. There's a few others who like had something, like they were fun, you know, like,
yeah.
And what I mean is like the people that wanted to be on air, because some people just wanted to be producers.
Right.
And so in that case, you're just, you know, you're in your studio, you're being a Robbie, you're making stuff, you're having fun in there, but you're not, you know, putting together a radio show. Mm-hmm. But so then there's that, and then you go through the program, you get to the end of your like first semester, you already start thinking about where am I going to go for practicum, and then by second and third semester, you try to have that nailed down, and that's where real life like became real. Yeah. Because my mom was like, "All right, good, you finished something, like you know, you dropped out of U of A, but you did this. That's awesome. Yeah, you're almost done. Where are you going to go for practicum? What's happening next?" And she wasn't super like. I always credit my parents with like just letting me go. My parents were awesome growing up because they just let me do whatever I wanted to do. Yeah. Within reason. Yeah. Like, heaven forbid I bike too far, I'd get my ass whooped. You know what I mean? But if I was like, I'm going to figure out this whole career thing, and let me try this, they'd be like, all right, fine, okay. Granted, like, they weren't supporting it, like, financially. They were like, you get a student loan.
You do on yourself.
But off you go.
We are here.
Yeah. So like they let me, you know, stay live at the house and stuff. But they never said like that's a dumb idea, which is why, even though they were a lot of the dumb ideas, I just kept going. Like, you know, Dad, guess what? I'm a popsicle guy. You know, he was like, I didn't know my son was
into that.
Not straight. You gonna shave that mustache there, Jeff? Nope. It's part of the shtick.
Did your dad ever see you in the?
Oh yeah.
Driving
There's photos all. I should pull one up. And actually, if you want to like include it when you post this, I'll provide one for you.
Perfect.
It's not. It's awful, but
gives a reference.
But these are the things you do, you know. Yeah. And then so my parents were like, "Yeah, man, good. You graduated. I got on the dean's honor roll." But like as I mentioned with high school diplomas, like they just hand them out like candy. It felt like that at NAIT too, kind of. Because I don't know, like. They're like, congrats, you're on the dean's honor roll. And I'm like, for what? Yeah. Like, anyway, it was, I don't know. Maybe that means that it was just an easy thing for me. I was like, it was a natural kind of thing for me. I don't know. Just natural at it. But anyway, I don't like look at that and go, guys, I made the dean's honor roll. I'm just like, there must have been a typo or something. I don't know. So then you're kind of put in charge of finding your own practicum. If like that's ideally what they want you to do. Otherwise, you task them with trying to find one for you. Right. And they don't want to really waste their time doing that. Yep. They know you're going to fail. So I went to my boss at Now Radio. Yeah. And I was like, I got family that live like part-time in the summer in Kelowna. And I think it would be wicked to go to Kelowna to do my practicum. Because when they're there, I can live with them on their boat. Right. Again, I was homeless the whole time I was there. And then when they're not there, I'll figure it out, you know? Yeah. And my boss was like, all right, I think I got something lined up for you in Kelowna with a couple of radio stations. There's a pop station, there's a rock station in the same building. Yep. And they're not going to pay you, but you go there for a few months, you get what you need done. Bobby will sign off on it. Bob Mills, shout out to Bob Mills. He's a long time retired now. He's still alive and doing well. There you go. They'll sign off on all your paperwork, and they'll get you set up with your first, and they'll give you opportunity to do some on air stuff and production, whatever you want to do. Which they did. They let me do stuff that I was not that I shouldn't have been doing. They let me host shows, like, and I was fresh out of the NAIT program. Right. And like still in practicums. Yeah, and again, they're not paying me. So I don't even know if it was legal for them to have me do shows.
Hey, it was exposure for them or exposure
But it was
to you?
Yeah. I don't know. Looking back on it, I'm like, that was a weird time, man. Like I was like, I don't know. It was I wasn't paid, but I worked, And I get like that's a practicum, but I did like legit what would have been somebody's paid job. I wasn't just like getting coffees.
Yeah.
So in Kelowna, I stayed on my aunt and uncle's boat for a while. I stayed on my grandfather's boat for a while, and these are like not yachts or anything.
Yeah.
Just like there's no bathroom on them. I would just sleep in there, and then in the morning walk to the
marina.
Yeah, walk to the yacht club in the morning and take a shower in there in the public thing.
Yeah.
So, yeah, it was a wild time. And then after a bit of that, I moved into my coworker Sue's garage and stayed there for the last little bit. And then I got a job and I left. And I actually started making a couple of dollars after the practicum gig.
Okay. You got a job and then you left.
Yeah, I went to Lloydminster. Which is on the border of Alberta and Saskatchewan.
Yep.
And I got hired to do evenings and weekends, which is like the lowest paying gig in any market.
Radio show.
Yeah, so It was evenings and weekends. I was on air Wednesday through Sunday and got paid very little money. Like so little money that I considered... I got an apartment when I got the job because I was like, I got a job. I got some money now. I can probably pay for it.
Yep.
But I was so in debt after not making money in Kelowna that I was trying to put all my money toward paying off debt. I was like when I say scraping by, I had like
barely
nickels left sometimes at the end of the month. It was crazy. Yeah. And so then one of my coworkers ended up coming. She moved into my apartment with me. Shout out to Melissa. And that helped both of us a little bit.
Yeah.
And everything kind of took off from there. Like Lloyd was so cool. The station was called The Goat. Nobody, I thought, listened to it because nobody called, nobody texted, nothing. And so it felt like I was just doing the show back at NAIT. Like there was I was like, nobody's listening to this crap anyway. Let's freewheel. Let's have some fun, whatever. And so I would just do silly stuff and have fun by myself like an idiot.
Right.
Looking back at it, it's like, you're literally just a dummy in a room talking to yourself this whole time. Anyway, there would be great moments on the show that I would post online and like on SoundCloud and stuff and across social media. And that's another one big thing that I did too, was I just, whether they knew me or not, if I could locate somebody on Instagram or Facebook that worked in the industry, I would just add them or follow them. And not all of them would reciprocate or allow me to, but if they had a private account, some people wouldn't
accept it or whatever. Yep.
But I was like, screw it. This is like the easiest way that I could just have people, even if they don't want to or care, see my stuff.
Yep.
And so I did that, and then next thing you know, I get offered a morning show in Prince Albert, Saskatchewan.
Okay. I
tell my boss in Lloyd, and he goes, "Can I have till Tuesday?" And this was like a Thursday. He's like, "Can you give me till Tuesday?" And I'm like, "Well, sure. I'll tell them. I'll have an answer by Tuesday."
Right.
And I'm curling at a curling rink in Lloydminster, and my boss comes running in, and this is the most Canadian story ever. We were in a bonspiel at the curling rink, and my boss runs onto the ice and like slips and falls, and then gets up and goes, Jeff, can I get you for 2 minutes? Let's go. I'll buy you a beer upstairs. And I'm like, beer? Okay. So we go upstairs, and sure enough, he's got 2 tall pints waiting for me and a contract, and it says NDA. It's a non-disclosure agreement.
Yeah.
And he goes, "Before I say anything or talk to you, can you sign that?" And I'm like, "Okay."
And you signed that.
And I signed the NDA, and then like immediately he's like, "So here's what's gonna happen. Tomorrow we're gonna fire this guy, and then you're gonna take over the morning show on like Monday of next week." And I'm like, "What?" And he's like, "Yeah, it's not done. It's if you want to do it." And I'm like, well, shoot, that sounds like I'm already here.
Yeah.
And Prince Albert, Saskatchewan.
Like a pack and move.
I've played some hockey tournaments up there. It's not great. Shout out to PA. And so then I asked him about the cash, and it was a lot more than I was getting paid, because obviously you go from the weekends,
evenings and weekends to
mornings. So he showed me the number, and then I said, okay, so how are we going to kill this guy? Because if we fire him, and then like 2 days later, this new guy who just came in is taking over the morning show. How the hell is that going to go? But dude, I got to credit Justin. They let him go, and he was nothing but a sweetheart. And like it was almost like he just didn't care. And he stayed in radio after that. I think he went to BC, and he's still doing it. But we remain friends. So I don't know how.
Still PTZ?
If somebody like poached my job like that, I don't know, man. But I guess he was pissed at the boss. Like I'd be more pissed at the boss too. Like they made that call.
Yeah.
You know, he couldn't fault me for trying to just advance my career.
Yeah.
So anyway, the kicker was, and he laughed at me for this after, I only did that morning show for like 3 months. And then I got another morning show in Winnipeg.
Okay.
So he was like, dude, you couldn't have just gone straight to Winnipeg and let me have my job? I'm like, sorry, man, I didn't know.
You didn't even clear your probation.
I didn't know. There's like stuff still in his locker. He's like, I'm not. And I go, Justin's not even moved out yet. Like, could you guys just bring him back in? He's, So sorry, Justin. Rest in peace to that, to that gig. Yeah. So then again, like I was like so blindly and stupidly confident for no reason. I would apply to jobs that I had no right applying for. So I applied to like loads of morning shows all across the country and like would never hear back. And then randomly I hear back from this one in Winnipeg. And with like, they're like, can you send in a little bit more audio? And I literally sent them shit that was not even real. I went into a studio and I just like started riffing like fake breaks. Like, and then I would like add songs at the beginning and the end to make it sound like it was live radio. It was all just made up BS. And I sent that off.
Okay.
Because I was an idiot.
Well, why not?
But also, who cares? Like
if you can do that, you would definitely do better at the real show.
I was like, I don't know. It was like, how like in mob movies or like mafia movies, there's like always that guy that's like trying to get to the top and he'll do whatever. He'll break some knees.
Absolutely.
He'll crack some heads.
Yeah.
He'll lie on
break the gang group.
He'll lie on an application. So I did all of those things except for the violent ones. And then next thing you know, I'm getting moved out to Winnipeg to do a morning show with one of the girls that I actually went to the NAIT program with. She was my co-host.
Nice.
And ironically, she's now in Kelowna working where I did my practicum. Yeah. Sarah, doing very well. So anyway, crazy. This all happened. It was like NAIT, Kelowna, Lloydminster, Winnipeg, all within a year and a half.
Okay.
It was insane. And then I only stayed in Winnipeg for about 9 months. And then I quit radio. I was done.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Yeah.
And why? What made you do that?
I didn't like my job.
Okay.
I didn't like my job. My at the time, my girlfriend and I had just broken up, and I was like distraught over that. And I just hated Winnipeg, and I hated my boss. I will not mention his name because he's still the boss over there.
Okay.
But working for this guy was nauseating. I'll leave it there. But anyway, I didn't enjoy it, right? I didn't like working there. And I felt so bad for Sarah, my co-host, because I was like, look, dude, I know we just got here. Yeah. And she was actually, I think she was born in Winnipeg, so she had a lot of friends and family there. And I said, I think I'm leaving. And she was pissed. For good reason. I was like the reason why they brought her in, because they asked me to recommend some people.
Okay.
And I go, Sarah's on the list. I'll bring her in.
Yep.
They went with her, and then I decide, just kidding. Like, I don't want to be here anymore. So that was, it was like, it was pretty rude of me. But for my mental health, and like, at that point, my mental health was so bad, mainly relationship stuff, being in Winnipeg away from family and friends. Like, it had been the farthest away from Edmonton and from Alberta that I'd ever been. I just wanted to get out. I just wanted to go home, Of
course. And
it, was a wild couple of years of being everywhere. So I quit, and my dad's like, so what do you have lined up? And I go, nothing. He's like, okay. So what do you think? You going to stay in radio? And I was like, well, I don't have a job. So like, I'm out of it at the moment, but if something comes up, and man, I don't know how or why, and this is so dumb, but like, I moved back to Edmonton into my old room in my parents' basement, and within a week, I get an email. Hey man, noticed you're not in Winnipeg. do you have time to talk? And it was my old boss from the popsicle guy gig with Now Radio. And he's like, might have something lined up for you in Calgary. Do you want to stay in radio? And I was like,
Might as well.
Money's cool.
Yeah.
You know, jobs are nice to have. So then so literally out of nowhere, as I'm laying in my like childhood bedroom, 22 years old, 23, whatever I was, thinking I got to find some other crap to do or like go back to the U of A. The phone call, job in Calgary. I'm moving to Calgary in like a month.
There you go.
Stayed there for a little over a year. Planned on staying there for didn't plan on leaving.
Yep.
It was close enough to home. It was a nice gig. It was afternoons. And the show was doing well. And then this is actually probably because I added everyone in the business on social media. I would post stuff from Calgary from the show, and I randomly get a Facebook message from my now boss.
At the end?
Yeah. And she goes, hey, you're from Edmonton, right? And I go, yeah. Any interest in coming back? And I'm like, well, for sure. But I haven't seen any job postings or I don't know what you have in store for me. But she's like, okay, well, I'm tossing some ideas around. Can you meet in Edmonton at Starbucks or whatever next week? And it was the same thing as Lloyd. Somebody was getting axed, and I was filling their spot. This time it was 2 people. So I got 3 kills in my career.
Wow.
Yeah. But it's just insane. Telling the story makes it sound like this holier than now thing, like it was meant to be. You know what I mean?
Exactly. It's destiny.
But I don't think it was.
Hey, it's meant to be. It's meant to be, you know? It'll happen.
I don't know. But it's been wild, man. It's been so cool. And again, a lot of it is just like blind faith or like blind confidence in what? I don't know. You just...
Yourself?
I guess. Is that what it is? Yeah? I'm a pretty confident guy overall, even when I know I suck at stuff.
Hey, sometimes all you need is confidence to sell something. And then you can, once you get that yes from the person on the opposite side.
Yeah.
Why don't you use or say it as a 3 steps? How does that sound instead of the 3 kills?
No, kills sounds better. And 2 of them were actual death blows. Their careers ended. Yeah. But Justin's still going. So shout out to Justin for powering on.
Justin's a strong.
But that's just the way the industry goes, man. Yeah. So like if you want me to send a message to like just from my perspective of what I've experienced in broadcasting, it's like ruthless and cutthroat, but in the dumbest way because you don't know. Sometimes there's no reasoning for it.
Yeah.
And you'll just be surprised. Like I've seen a lot of people over the years get laid off or, let go for reasons that are never explained. And I go, but they had better ratings than I did. Like, what's going on here? You know? So again, sometimes it just doesn't make sense. And it's super cutthroat and it's like exhausting on your mental health. If you could just be a garbage man or something like that, I feel like you can do that job, park your truck, go home, and just be a normal human being, But sometimes in this industry, it's like, and it's because our on-air stuff, like depending on who it is, like my life is very much tied to the show.
Yep.
So it's kind of just all-encompassing stuff, and sometimes it's hard to, like, there's a lot of people that I've worked with who have a hard time dealing with listeners, dealing with disgruntled people.
Yep.
How do you handle emotions of reading a miserable text?
Yep.
Or somebody shitting on you for reasons unknown. A lot of people take that to heart, and a lot of people let it eat away at them.
Yep.
And don't let yourself be the 4th kill. No, just
that's in any industry though, because me as a business owner, if we get a bad review or say we get not even our client, like somebody who saw our work and they're like, oh, this is shit.
Yeah.
Right, and then
so your business is photo and videography. Yeah,
that's right.
So do you do mainly what, like weddings and stuff like that?
Events mainly, yeah. Weddings, any events, so birthday parties, baby showers, whatever you say.
Nice.
headshots, getting into commercial.
And people have the audacity to complain about us or leave bad reviews?
Absolutely. Well,
Really?
luckily, I haven't, because usually I ask clients to leave reviews, but there's always that one guy who don't like how their particular photo didn't turn out.
Because,
Or-
double chin?
Pretty much. Or they
Yeah.
were completely wasted.
I'm going to hate how this turns out, but I'm not going to leave a bad review.
Hey, thank you.
I'm going to look like a hot, sweaty mess with shiny cheeks. But it's a me problem. You see? Some of these people, they just... How can the guy take a good photo if you've been
not-
eating Taco Bell for the last 7 months? What do you expect him to do? He can't. There's only so much Photoshop is going to fix. You don't deserve bad reviews.
It's Photoshop's getting better, but not to the point.
And there's always that line that the camera adds 10 pounds.
That is true.
It is very true.
It is true.
So in our studio, with our studio camera at the radio station, I have, and it worked out beautifully. The only camera that shoots the main captain's chair behind the big board,
Yep.
it gets kind of cut off halfway by screens.
Right. At
And
the
I'm like,
chest
this
level.
is lovely. This is just perfect. Just
Right.
chin up. We're
Good.
good. That's all anyone needs to see. So this is just miserable.
Well, you got two cameras. That is a wide. This one's right
Okay.
on you.
That's sorry. Sorry about this. It's Halloween weekend too. Like I literally ate so much candy and drank so much beer the last 2 days, and now you got me here next to a furnace. I'm gonna leave a bad review. I think I'll leave a bad review actually. So what else can I share? What do you want to know?
How does? Because you said you don't let what people think affect you.
Yeah. Oh, this is great.
Yeah. But say if you get a text that says your show is absolutely garbage,
Yeah.
per se.
Mm-hmm.
How do you take that? And do you respond to that or do you just ignore it? How does that process work?
Most of the time, I won't respond to anybody because it's like a turd,
Yeah.
You're supposed to flush it. You're not supposed to play with it.
Yep. Just let it go.
You're supposed to flush it.
Let it go.
So those are all turds. So
Yeah.
I'm not saying the people are turds, but the messages are definitely little turds. So it depends. Most of the time I just ignore. But what I do, and I think it's good for Mike's mental health because Mike Tomas comes in for the Kiss Mix. He's in there for an hour and a bit every day.
Yep.
He gets really affected by negative messages.
Okay.
So what'll happen is and he's always got the text line open on his side too.
Yeah.
So if one comes in during the Kiss Mix, I'll catch it. I hope to catch it first before he sees it because I don't want him to get all bent out of shape. And then I'll quickly reply to that one something funny or just be like ha ha ha.
Yeah.
So that it takes the place of whatever that was.
Yeah.
And I do that for his mental health. I'll just say I'll just put 5 emojis in the. It won't be a response. It'll just be something just to get that rid of.
Exactly. Just to remove that from the
Because I don't know if
screen.
we have a delete button. I've never found a. They always just they just keep going.
Yeah.
But anyway,
Never ending.
somebody told me a couple of weeks ago the show sucks, and I just replied, I know. And yeah, and then but we don't. We're very. I don't think we get a lot of hate. So I think I'm
really.
very lucky. And we probably deserve more hate. I don't know. I say so many dumb things all the time. Like this podcast is probably gonna be.
But that is what.
Why do you
makes
guys get so
you.
racial? Sorry, I can't. Anyway.
Hey, well, that's just natural conversation. But this is that is what makes you you, and everybody knows that about you. So that is why every day 2 p.m.
That's kind, man.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Everybody tunes into the Jeff Holand show.
Well, not everyone. We're working on them. It's some people have their loyalties, and I don't know. It's funny too. So last year I got nominated for what is it? It's solo host of the year, major market across Canada.
All right.
I didn't win, so
Sorry for that, buddy.
I didn't win. I got runner up, and then everyone was so pumped that I got runner up, and I was like, I lost. I'm the Blue Jays. They're not celebrating. But it's also one of those things where it's you can't. Let's say you get a nomination for something like that, and my boss has told me over the years, just so you know, you've been nominated for that, or I've nominated you for this or that. Sometimes I'm like, why did you, you know?
Yep.
Because who cares? Because at the end of the day, it doesn't. I don't know. A lot of people take pride in it, and I want the people who care about that to be the people that win those things because it matters to them.
Matters to them. Yep.
Yeah. So and like this makes me sound like the most freaking high horse loser. But I don't have a shrine or a trophy cabinet, and I don't care to have one because I don't feel like what we're doing on the radio is like I shouldn't be awarded for any of this. You know what I mean? I'm glad I get a paycheck, and that's all. That's good. I got 3 kills and a paycheck. And
see?
Yeah.
Many more to go?
Paychecks?
Kills?
Paychecks first.
I hope...
maybe another kill.
Pepper and Dylan's not listening to this?
Oh, they're fine. They're good, man.
Okay.
Dude, the only thing that will get them off the radio is a literal kill, like if they die. Because, Big Daddy Pepper's getting old. And Dylan... seems old to a lot of people, but he's really not. He's like 41, 42. Yeah. He's got a ways to go. But he seems like he's like, I've been doing this for 100 years.
Because it's like, how they have been doing it together for...
I think 20 years.
Yeah. They're celebrating 20 years this year now? Because they have been together in Slave Lake, I think.
And it's crazy to me that I've been a part of it for like almost half. That's wild. Because I remember going to school... and this will make him feel old, especially Pepper. But I remember going to school. Was it high school or was it NAIT? I was definitely driving.
Yep.
And I remember listening to Pepper and Dylan show in the car, like on my way to school. I can't remember. It was obviously within the last 20 years. But I never thought, and I always thought that when I got to be on the radio, these guys would be dead. Or, retired or something.
Something.
And no, 8 years, they won't die. They just won't die. They keep on going. But I love them. They're so good. Robbie is the heartbeat of the show. Pepper's the,
Yep.
And Dylan's got fantastic commentary. His little bits, like Coach Dylan is one of my favorite things of all time.
Yep.
But Robbie is a powerhouse, man. And he's also a therapist because they're insane. So
I was just listening to them driving to work, and Pepper was complaining. He gave the authority of their merch store to Robbie, and within 18 hours or so, he doubled up the sale.
Robbie did.
Yeah.
Yeah, because Robbie's a hard worker. You give him a task, he gets it done.
Right on time, or if not before.
And he takes it seriously.
Yeah.
Plus, he's a responsible man, Robbie.
Yeah.
And I think... I'll bite my tongue. But I think Robbie's the guy you want in charge of stuff. Like when we did the Goodbye Fall or Goodbye Summer, Hello Fall Carnival.
Carnival, yeah.
We should have just called it, and we joked about calling it the Robbie Carnival because he organized the whole thing. And then we all just show up, and I go in the dunk tank, we raise some money for charity, whatever. But I just have to show up.
Yeah.
And Robbie does everything. And the street team and the promo team. Shout out to them.
How many times did you get dunked into the tank? Freezing cold water. It
ended in it was more than 17, so probably 27 times. And what I was doing at first is I would just let everyone, because you're supposed to, throw the ball at the target.
Yep.
I would just tell people to come up and smash the button.
The button right away.
Yeah. Yes, to give them some joy, Yeah. And finally I was like, all right, it is like 4 degrees outside. This water was shipped in from Antarctica, I'm pretty sure. I'm falling apart. Like, if you miss the target, I'm sorry, but I'm also not sorry. Get the hell out of here.
Too bad now.
Yeah. And then my nephews came and they dunked me. Superfan Magoo came and dunked me.
Yeah.
We had all the people, like the boss's kid, a bunch of the other kids that were. This was before the teacher strike, and all the kids were out of school, so they could dunk me at the carnival.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I think it was 27 dunks, and we raised $1,000. All in all, I was in there like half an hour. Which is like a dunk a minute. It's like you freeze, you get out, you catch your breath, boom, you're in there again.
That's the worst thing you can do. Like, you can stay in water and keep yourself warm, but over and over.
Getting out, and then you'd sit on the thing,
and
the wind you'd be wet, and the wind would come through, and the nips were, and then you'd have to wait. Like there were times where I actually just wanted to get dunked over and over.
Right.
Because when people were missing, I was just up there just dying, just freezing.
Because of the wind.
Yeah. But it was fun, man. And that's, again, all thanks to Robbie for setting that up.
There you go. I have a question. I have a full research team of one person.
Mm-hmm.
That
That's the same. That's what I have for the show.
there you go, one man show.
Yeah.
But somehow I came across Barefoot Jeff.
Mm.
Tell me more.
Is that why you're barefoot right now?
Well, I was hoping.
Dude, I thought when I walked in that I was expected to keep my shoes on just for the sake of the show.
Sorry, buddy.
Like, because we're going to be on camera. I don't know. Had I known I could be barefoot like that, I wouldn't be half as sweaty as I am right now.
Well, I want
yeah.
to match you, you know?
The funniest thing ever was like my first year working back in Edmonton here at KISS. And again, like first year, it might have been the first few months. So technically, like right around, you're still on probation kind of.
Yeah.
And I was on the show, I was talking about something, I swear it had to do with either poops or farts. And then I took my shoes off and I took my socks off. So I was barefoot, and I was wearing like either short, like sweat shorts or sweats.
Yeah.
Like I just looked like a mess.
Okay.
And I was talking about gross stuff. And I hear a knock on the studio door, and I'm like, oh, great, here we go. And it's my boss, and I go, oh, okay. She's either going to come tell me to stop talking about poop or farts, or, put some socks on. We have health codes. No, she brings in, like, at that time, the head of radio for Rogers Media across Canada. Yeah.
Okay. Right at that time.
And I just was, I'm like, I'm new here. Hi, nice to meet you. I don't wear shoes sometimes. And she's like, is this guy autistic? Like, what's going on here? Why is this guy so weird? And I just feared for my life. And I was like, hopefully they haven't been listening. I don't think they listened to the show that day because they were busy. Like, they had meetings and
their own
whatever
stuff.
else. Yeah, but like, she was definitely taken aback by the bare feet, which is something I do all the time. Yeah. I was barefoot on Friday's show. But that was just, again, that was to regulate my temperature.
Fair.
Because I was dressed for Halloween, and I had all this stupid stuff. I had a scarf on. I'm trying to do the show. I did that rap with Katie, and I was all worked up and sweaty.
Yeah.
So, yeah, the shoes off, socks off, let it breathe. Yeah, it's a weird thing.
One more thing. Self-proclaimed best cat dad.
That's changed.
That's changed.
Yeah.
Tell me more.
Yeah. So when I was a single man, and I had my cat that I still have now, shout out to Princess Eleanor.
Princess Eleanor.
Yeah. I bought her when I lived in Winnipeg.
Okay.
And at that time, it's just me and my cat.
Fair.
And like I said, I had just, I was a single man at that time.
Yeah.
And had my own little apartment and my cat. And I could dedicate all my time to my awful radio show and my lovely little cat. So at that time, I was number one cat dad. And then I moved to Edmonton or Calgary, and I brought her with me, and I was still pretty good cat dad because she had all my attention.
So,
fast forward to moving to Edmonton, meeting my now wife, moving in, buying a house with her, having a child. I am now such a bad cat dad because I'm a real dad.
Yeah.
So now I see the cat, and I'm like, eat something. Just eat a sock. Get out of here. I got other stuff going on.
be independent.
Yeah. So I'm not, that should be, is that like on the bio on the website? That's got to be updated.
Yeah.
The sock thing is still accurate. I go barefoot.
Right.
But the cat, we have 3 cats. So I still have the one.
Yeah.
And she's the one that I definitely treat the nicest because she's my firstborn,
Yeah.
And then my wife has 2, I call them inside out cats. They're hairless. But
Still, you're a good dad.
I try to be, man, having a kid is crazy. Do you have any kids? No.
Not yet.
Well, you got dogs.
Yeah, I got 2 dogs.
Yeah, just imagine if they could talk.
Yeah.
Or like smash their head into things and cry. Because I
have one dog like that.
Do they ever just grab their bowl and throw the food across the house? Does that ever happen?
Yeah, one does that. Takes the food out of the bowl, puts it on there, and sweeps it.
See, it's all yeah.
Yeah.
Or
We got one of those.
you say drop the ball and they just
Never.
scream.
Never.
No.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's not too far off, but having a human to take care of, literally, it changes your life. How can it not change your life? But
How after having a kid, how has the life changed in terms of work-life balance?
man, I used to. it's so interesting. I take my job more seriously, but not in the sense of like I take the show more seriously. The fact that
you have to be there.
You got to pay the mortgage.
Yeah.
You got to pay for all the stuff for your wife and your kid.
Yep.
And and it is fun to, like all the new fun things that you like get to buy and like get into because you have a kid now. And you're like, oh yeah, new games, let's go. So it's fun because it kind of brings the kid out of you, and like she's just getting into that. She's only 2.5, so we're kind of just getting into like she's able to do things other than like what a potato could do. So it's super fun, but it impacted like my view on the world overall, and like having a career, being responsible, paying and supporting your family, and also but like not trying to take anything too seriously, because at the end of the day, like work's not the most important thing. This is.
Yep.
So that's huge. And like it's silly that you ever have to have a realization like that, because that should always be
there.
And I've always been more of like a, I don't take life too seriously kind of guy.
Right.
Obviously. So I kind of had it always in there.
Yeah.
And then when I had my kid, I was like, man, this is so cool. Like I'm very serious about being a good dad, but it definitely takes away from like how much time and effort I put into friendships.
Yep.
How much time and effort I put into extracurriculars. Like I still like to have a beverage and
there you go.
And have a chat and hang out, and I still play beer league hockey with my buddies.
Yep.
But I remember the days where my wife and I were together. We were married, and I would golf at least once a week all season long.
Okay.
And last year I golfed 3 times. So like things like that changes, and that's just like a natural. That's gonna happen, But man, having a little human that you created is like a cheat code for life, man. It's so fun.
Yeah.
It's just so cool,
So cool.
Until she does something stupid, and I'm gonna be like, "You're not mine, you idiot."
You were exchanged at the hospital.
Yeah, there's something. Your mom was doing something. She thought it was the popsicle man. It was the mailman. It was no, but it's just so fun. And what's great too is a lot of the listeners of the show are parents. We have a lot of female listeners.
Yeah.
We got a lot of the to and from school people, and they all relate, and they were all. And because all of this stuff in my life, like all the major happenings happened here in Edmonton over the last decade, everyone's been a part of it. Yep. All the listeners have been a part of it. Everyone's followed along. Everyone's like, man, I remember when you were just talking about your first date with your wife. And I'm like, what? Yeah. You've been listening for how long?
You got some loyal audience.
There's so many loyal people. Or just maybe they're... maybe they don't know. Maybe they don't know what's really out there, They're like, I latched onto this guy 8 years ago, and they just stopped looking for other, Like that's ironically what my wife did.
Hey, mine too.
Hey, man, you gotta.
It happens.
You fool them once, and you hope that's good enough, and they stick around. Which is the same. Funny enough, same with like the audience. You don't try to fool them, obviously, but like. You get a gauge after doing the show for a number of years what people appreciate.
Yep.
Not always like what do they think is funny, but because you're not always gonna be funny, right? Like a lot of my stuff, I try to be funny, and like lighthearted and all that. But what do people appreciate? And I think people appreciate honesty, straight shooting, local stuff, and sharing. Like they really appreciate.
Absolutely. Personal connection.
Yeah.
That's
and not just it's not just one way either. Like I like hearing from people.
Yeah.
I like learning how to pronounce their weird brown name.
There you go. See.
I just think I don't want to be disrespectful to people that are actually.
Sure.
I already have 3 kills. I don't need any more.
Hey, you still surviving? You fed? You good?
But I'm doing well, dude. I'm
Yeah.
I'm overfed and. And I don't work out enough, and but I love my job.
Yeah.
And I love being able to do stuff like that. I've only ever been on like 2 other podcasts, and they were never published. We just like did them for no reason. I don't know. For no reason. It was like let's just sit around and chat, and if we post it, we post it. And I was like, well, we're gonna sit around and drink and chat anyway, so whatever. If we.
No. Your life has changed after a daughter. Walk me through a typical Jeff Holand day. How does it look?
It always depends on the day of the week because the kids always got different. She's not in school yet; she's too young, right? So she's always got different little things on the go. She's in gymnastics, which she cannot say because she's 2, so she calls it mynastics.
Makes sense.
It sounds a little. Anyway, a little washed, you know. She goes, "Daddy, we going to mynastics?" I'm like, "Yeah, let's go. Let's suit up. Let's get on the balance beam, kid." And so like tomorrow morning, for example, I will take her to gymnastics at like 10. I think it's at 10.
Yeah.
And then if she does well, you really, no matter what, I always take her to get a little treat or something after, because that's more for me. I had to go through gymnastics. I'm getting something.
That's a reward.
Yeah, and then depending on my wife's work schedule, I either will bring kiddo back home, we'll have a little bit of lunch or whatever, and then I'll take off to work, or I'll bring her to the day home because my wife's working at the hospital.
Yep.
And then off to work I go. I usually get to work around like 12:30. I do 4 out of market shows Monday through Friday. So I do 4 rock shows across the province of Alberta, Monday to Friday from like 11 till 2.
Yeah.
And I get in there usually around noon to record the following day's shows.
Yeah.
And then between 1:30, 2 o'clock, I'll jump on Katie's, the tail end of Katie's show. We'll kind of hang out and have some fun. And then, boom, showtime. And like one thing that a lot of people, I don't know if a lot of people are honest about it, but like show prep is something people... No, I don't find people talk about it as much anymore within the industry. Is like, how much do you prep your show? How many hours a day do you spend? If you're not if your whole life is not like just constantly jotting down little things.
Yeah.
Like, I'm not saying you got to sit down and like shut off all the TVs and, you know, tell your wife to shh.
Yeah.
Because you're working.
Yeah.
But like, if something happens that's noteworthy.
Yeah.
Put a note in your phone.
Something to remember.
Yeah, or like even
Something
like let's say you're not a big sports person, just like jot down what happened in the Jays game, so you have it. So like some people will say, "Oh, I get to work 3 hours before my show starts, and then that's when I show prep." It's like, okay, well, I feel bad for you because that's a lot of like, what? How are you farming content? Like, what do you? Yeah. Where do you go to farm content? You're just like sitting online going, "Oh, there's another article. Maybe I'll." No, it's gotta be real. It's gotta come. It's gotta come from where it came from.
Yep,
it's gotta be, and like how it hit you first, you know, because then you have that reaction and you can share your feelings on it instead of just pulling something and being like, "So this is going on in Nicaragua. What do you think?" Yeah, I don't know.
But that is why your audience connects to you even better. That's why they stay so loyal, because you connect to them on a natural.
I don't know. I say all that, and then I literally get on the show and talk about the dumbest crap ever. So, do all that. You should probably show prep. Yeah,
it's a good thing to do.
I do. It's just, you know, it's not a conventional style. Mine happens on the toilet, or like mostly on the toilet, or
that's the time where you have the smartest ideas.
I think so.
Yeah, me too.
Know, you lose a little weight, you feel better, and your brain starts ticking. But
lose a little weight, okay.
So then the show starts live at 2 in Edmonton. It is it's on till 7, and then it depends on what we got going on for the season, or like whatever contesting is happening on each month or each week.
Yep.
That kind of dictates the show. Like, we've got the needy or greedy thing going on, and just a lot of fun conversation. And then I try to within my show, I try to get as many phone calls and like fun things, interactions with listeners as possible, because then on the weekend when I come in on either Thursday or Friday, I put together a show for the weekend that airs not just on KISS here in Edmonton but across Canada.
Okay.
And I usually for that one will just use I'll just regurgitate some of like the greatest stuff that happened this week and pump that out to Toronto, Montreal, Ottawa, Vancouver, all these places on Saturday and Sunday. So but I think, like people ask how many hours I work because the show is 5 hours. I'd probably put it like 7 hours a day. Like a pretty normal.
That's a standard work schedule.
Yeah.
Pretty much.
Pepper and Dylan work like 4.5 hours a day. They got it made. I don't know if Dylan works. Dylan just shows up. He's always leaving crumbs everywhere.
He goes Fridays off too.
Yeah, he's pining for it.
Yeah.
But all he does is show up and eat. Like, you get there, you got to lift up and shake out the keyboard because it's just full of like a croissant or something. Yeah.
Hey, That's the ideal workspace.
And he deserves it.
Yeah.
Coach Dylan is a hardworking man.
Yeah.
And he's trying to do trying to do great things in the radio world. He's trying to be healthier. We have a treadmill instead.
Yeah.
No, actually, I think we just removed the treadmill because it almost killed him.
How so?
So
'Cause
that's
I know
I think
he was doing for the cholesterol.
we had Operation Save Dylan's Life going on.
Yeah.
And ironically, it almost killed him. So, and I don't know what happened. He didn't like fall off or anything. I think he got pneumonia. He always gets pneumonia. Is that one of those things where like you get pneumonia once, you just keep getting it? Because that sucks. Like he's
just more prone to it.
Yeah, I guess.
Yeah, pretty much.
Operation Save Dylan's Life is pretty hard when his body's consistently trying to kill him. We're doing our best.
It's like a little kid, you're trying to keep them alive, you know?
Yeah, he just keeps running into traffic. Like, dude! Yeah.
Now, how, for an example, say, how does a sponsored segment of the show works? For example, if a business gave you sponsorship, how does that work?
Yeah, a lot of that just goes through, like, it's kind of over my head. It depends on what it is.
Yeah.
So, for example, a lot of the contesting is just sponsored by name a client, you know?
Right.
Like, this is Needy or Greedy, presented by blah, 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 blah.
Right.
Like, and so that all goes through sales. That's a part of the NAIT program I did not pay attention to.
Fair.
So, I don't know. But, like, yeah, so, and everything is, like, how do we make money, right? It's like, it's commercials, it's paid integrations,
Yep.
Collaborations, stuff like that. I've got Invisalign from City Orthodontics,
Yep.
who we deal with.
Yep.
And which, by the way, I'm not wearing right now because the last set that I put in made me very lispy, and I was like, this is not going to work for, I don't know how many hours we're doing, but so I took them off a second ago. But yeah, so like that stuff is kind of independent. Like endorsement deals are kind of just like with that personality, with that host,
Right.
and they're kind of few and far between. We don't do a whole lot of them. I have one with Airbnb as well.
Right.
And then the rest of things is just it's I credit our salespeople with like trying to find unique ways of getting companies' names out there aside
Right.
from just a 30-second radio commercial.
Yeah.
Because that's really what they're looking for, you know, or like if they can sponsor it. Because we don't do a lot of sponsored segments either. It's like contesting
Yeah.
or, you know, traffic or weather
Yep.
stuff. Whereas you see a lot on like talk radio, they'll do this segment is sponsored by.
Yeah. Yeah.
Whereas I think that doesn't happen so much on FM because our segments are so small.
Yeah, pretty much. Because they're like, what, 30, 40 seconds a segment?
If
Yeah.
depends where you work. Some bosses are like, shut up and play the music. And my boss isn't like that. Thank God. Could you imagine?
Right. Can we imagine Jeff being just?
I think I'm dangerous in 30-second bursts because there's no context. I would just say something stupid and be like, "Here's Lady Gaga." Figure out what that meant.
And just disappear.
And then people would be like, "What the hell did he just say?" Yeah. So I'd be like, "No, I won't go there." But anyway, so yeah, what I think could happen is like, and I've suggested this, but it's never happened so far. Like, an hour of the show could be like this. The Kiss Mix is a sponsored hour and a bit.
Yeah.
City Ortho for that one too.
Yeah.
And then my whole show is sponsored by James H. Brown.
Right.
So there's those things, but I don't have any like bits that are sponsored or anything like, because it's just, I don't know. It's like, how much would you charge someone for something that they're going to hear once you know, for like a minute on a show or something? I don't know. So I don't know. There's all that stuff, and then like we've integrated, you know, trying to sell bits of our social media. You know, this should, under a post you'll be like, this show is sponsored by, or this whatever. So I don't know, but I credit our sales team, and by the way, our sales team seem like they're doing quite well. They all drive way nicer cars than I do. So, and I'm like,
Pretty good.
you making how much money selling what?
Deals.
But I think a lot of them are making most of the money selling Sportsnet, like selling TV.
Oh yeah.
Because we've got that too.
subscriptions,
Yeah. So,
Yeah.
or the airtime and all that. Yeah. Especially when the Oilers go to the finals 2 years in a row, and then
Yeah.
the Jays go to the World Series. I don't know what occurred. I heard, and I don't know if this is true. Okay, so don't quote me on this. But I'm friendly with a couple of our sales team, and I'm pretty sure that in the Stanley Cup final, either this year or last year, one 30-second commercial was like almost $100,000.
Quite a bit.
It's not Super Bowl money. Not even close.
Not even close.
But it was. I was like, oh, that's how you drive those cars. Okay.
They make commissions out of it.
Yeah. So I wonder what happened when they do. Yeah. So I think they have like a base kind of thing, and then they get commish. But I wondered what it was like when the Oilers just absolutely stunk, and the Jays were meh. And
it's a rough sports game.
And like they were trying to just make money off radio. We're like, we're doing our best, guys. I'm not wearing shoes. I'm talking about farts. But I don't know. Nobody. Yeah.
Hey, they were doing the best they had.
They made it work.
There you go.
Yeah. And I will say too. And I think I think the sales team loved the idea that nobody loved the pandemic, but the pandemic kind of forced everyone out of the building, and then the sales team never really had to go back, and now they're like,
yes,
yeah, that was pretty sweet.
Yeah, exactly. That's the best thing that happened to
So
me.
I never see any of these people. I'll see like a nice Lexus or a Mercedes in the parking lot. I'm like, oh, one salesperson's in today.
Once in a while.
Yeah. Not a minivan.
Not a minivan.
Minivans. See, and that's another thing. I should probably have an endorsement deal with like people who sell minivans, but they're getting rid of minivans. You can't even find them anymore brand new.
It's very hard. I was looking for Sienna.
Yeah. Shout out Toyota.
Yeah. And the wait time currently, or when I inquired, was at least 18 months.
You talking about a brand new one?
Well, yeah.
Damn, you're doing well, hey?
Well, that's why I have Jeff Holand on my show.
Dude,
man.
my minivan's like 13 years old.
Time to upgrade.
Got a stained mattress in the back. Smells like farts.
Anybody in Toyota? This guy looking for a new minivan.
Come on, Toyota. This is not gonna. Come on, Toyota.
Exactly.
I need a minute. Yeah, I do. The Siennas are sweet, man.
Now,
cool, man.
One last question before we wrap this up.
I'll make sure the answer is 25 minutes long.
Perfect.
Okay.
One thing, if a high school graduate is looking to get into say a radio program or radio profession, what would you like to say to that person?
First thing is, don't wait for your opportunity to enter the industry.
Yeah.
If you're in high school and you're already thinking about it, send me an email or like text my show or call me. You know what I mean? Like do stuff like that.
Yeah.
Reach out to, and if you don't listen to my show, you're probably a very wise person. Reach out to whoever you do listen to. And because there's got to be like those people that got you interested.
Yeah.
And I don't know if you want to call those people like your inspiration or whatever, but like if you're interested in radio, I'm guessing it's because you've listened to some radio that you enjoyed.
Absolutely.
And I guarantee if you reach out to that exact person that you enjoy, they would love it, and their gigantic ego would get even bigger.
Yeah.
And they because I love that. Like I had a kid in a couple weeks ago. His mom was a long time listener to the Pepper and Dylan show, still is.
Yep.
And then of my show since I came on 8 years ago, and she was one of these people that said like I listened to you when you were a single man,
right.
when you met your wife, when you
Seeing
guys
you grow.
Yeah, she's been through the whole thing.
Yep.
And then so her son now, who at that time was like 6, 7, 8 years old, he's now finishing high school.
Yeah.
And she reached out and said he's interested. Can I bring him by? And we had him not just in studio for a couple hours, but I put him on the mic. I brought him on the show.
That's the best thing, because then it engraves in that person's brain, and then they're like, yes,
yeah,
I want to be like Cool Jeff.
Well, and I thought too, like, either this goes well or this goes horribly wrong. Either way, it's good that it happens.
They'll figure it out if they love it or they hate it.
Yeah. And so what I did, I brought him on for like I think three breaks. It was like a half an hour chunk of the show. So we spoke with him 2 or 3 times in there, maybe 3 or 4 times, and then I sent him all the audio. And his mom was super pumped. He was pumped, and he's like, "Man, I'm thinking about getting into it.
Right.
Thank you so much." And I go, "Dude, if you have any other any questions at all, if you ever just want to come back in here,
yep.
Yeah, anything. Or like if he, I'm not looking to pay employees, but like if he wanted to come just like once a week,
right,
and like help me produce the show or whatever, sure,
absolutely.
So I just think like that, like how I stubbornly and with blind confidence just barged my way into people's
the NAIT and the
Yeah,
radio
like-
show. Yeah.
adding people on Facebook that didn't know who the hell I was because they were in broadcast. You got to put your foot out there.
Yep.
And this is the industry where you can like do it, and it's not like if you want to be a welder, you just like reach out to some welder and be like, "Hey man, can I come like watch you and wear a helmet?" Maybe do it.
Yeah.
But with this, it's like it's so fun to be able to share what we do with people who just want to learn about it. And I think the first and the easiest and probably the most valuable, like more value than you're going to get in school.
In school, yeah.
100%. is just reach out to one of these people that you
And
listen to already, and hopefully they're not a butthead. If they are, please let me know who it is and what happened. But 9 times out of 10, I'm guessing they'll have the time and the space
absolutely.
to help you out,
Yeah.
and then that'll usually what happens there is because I did this too. I did obviously the Now Radio thing way back in the day when I started there. But at the same time, I went and I sat in on an Oilers broadcast at the 630 Chad studio.
Yeah.
Because it was like way too obvious. Like I love hockey. I play hockey. I played hockey my whole life.
Yeah.
It's Edmonton. I love the Oilers. Like,
Yeah.
what's it like to do a broadcast? And I surprisingly did not enjoy it
Okay.
because I couldn't enjoy the game because you're working,
that's
right?
True, yeah, that's
like
true.
that's the thing. So but if I didn't do that, like let's say I went to school to be with the whole mindset of I'm gonna be a sports broadcaster, I'm gonna do play-by-play, or I'm gonna do color commentary or just sports talk radio, whatever. Yeah. And I didn't go for 3 hours and sit in with Reed Wilkins and Rob Brown.
Yeah.
And then only found out after I'm graduated that I hate it because I can't just sit and enjoy the game.
Yeah. That's the worst you can do to
Yeah,
yourself. Yeah.
right? Like, I'm not saying that would, like, that's pretty extreme. Like, I probably would have just committed and been like, I guess we'll suffer through it.
Yeah.
But, yeah, it's so worthwhile to just, it takes no time, no money, minimal effort.
Yeah.
To just reach out to somebody in the industry, in your town. And even if it's not like come in, be a part of the show, like what I did with that fella, Owen.
Yep. Yep.
But just questions, like, message on Instagram, text the show, email, whatever.
That's what I did.
Yeah. Yeah. Right.
Absolutely. I'm
That's
following
why I'm here right now.
I'm following your very steps.
I appreciate that, man. And honestly, I'm just glad I didn't show up and you didn't kill me in your garage or something like that. My wife was like, "Give me the address just so I know where to find your body."
Did you ever had a double doubts about showing up?
To anything?
Or
to this?
Today?
Oh, I thought, yeah. Like, you ever heard of Mark Twitchell?
No.
Oh, dude. Let me whitewash you with this one. So, Mark Twitchell actually went to NAIT and took the radio and television broadcast program.
Okay.
But this was way before I went there.
Okay.
And if you go there now, if you go to NAIT and you go into the TV studio, you'll see that, like, part of the one wall and, like, the entire floor in part of the TV studio is all, like, green, like, painted green.
Right, yeah.
He did that because he planned on filming stuff in there.
Okay.
And I think he did some stuff. Like he was like into some dark stuff, like horror movies and slashers and stuff.
Okay.
Anyway, this was back when Craigslist was still very popular.
Yep.
And this insane guy, and you can pull it up. Like I don't know if you edit like photos, like a still into this or whatever, but Mark Twitchell was the guy's name.
Okay.
Took the program I took because we're all insane.
Yep.
No, but he ended up posting an ad on Craigslist, and I can't remember what the ad was. It was like he was trying to get somebody to come act in a movie that he was filming or something.
Something like that, yeah. And
a guy shows up to his garage. Garage door closes behind him, and he actually like bound and tortured this guy, and I think he cut him into pieces.
Oh my.
Dude, it's insane. So how did we start with this? Oh yeah, because you're gonna do this to me. That's right. So so that was my fear. Was I'm gonna get twitched. I was like, here we go, another Edmonton media guy who's just on the come up, wants to make something, and
just disappeared.
But then I was like, you're pretty trim and small. Like I'm not saying you're small, but I can handle you. You know what I mean?
Sure.
And then I heard the dogs barking when I got here, and I was like, oh. Are they about to be uncaged?
Uncaged? Nah.
And then I saw your wife, and I was like, I got this.
Yeah, we're good people.
We're good. Well, hey, jury's still out where I'm not out of here yet. But
yeah, you never know.
Yeah, look up Mark Twitchell. It was insane, man.
Damn, that's a horrific story.
Yeah. And, like, you never hear stuff like that out of Edmonton. Like, stuff that I think they've made, like, I want to say there's a movie about it. Maybe I'm wrong. There's definitely like storytellers have like produced something on YouTube.
Right.
I've seen stuff like that, and you can watch like the news footage about it.
Yeah.
I don't know the year. I don't know who the victim was. I don't know what happened.
Mark Twitchell. Okay.
Mark Twitchell.
I'll dig deeper into it.
So watch out for those broadcast kids, because some of them. I mean, I got 3 kills. He's only got 1. So.
Yeah, you're still.
But now he's got no chance to get another one. So I win.
Buddy.
Suck it, Mark.
Yeah.
On that note.
All right. One last little part. I have a little special thing that I want to start here.
Okay.
So this book is for my Midtones. Okay, you're the first one. I'm gonna get your autograph. We're gonna take a little, what's that called? Instax photo, and I'm gonna stick it here.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
There.
How much? Where's the
Like wait, think it doesn't matter.
photos going here?
Yeah, on the top usually. Yeah.
And then I just sign here.
Pretty much.
Okay. Just sign? Nothing else. Take
Autograph.
up a whole page?
Autograph, buddy.
Wow. Okay.
You get the full leisure.
It's not much of an autograph, but it actually that's honestly that's pretty cool. That's pretty slick. Hey, yeah.
Hey.
I should have been a pro athlete. I just couldn't stop eating McDonald's.
Okay, we'll take a couple
Sure, buddy.
thumbnail photos, and then you're off to the races.
That's awesome.
In one piece.
Thanks for not killing me.
Yeah, that's the goal.
Those would be heavy pieces to lug around.
Hey, that's all right. We have a couple dogs.
Oh, they're not going anywhere. They're being ground up on site. You sick man.
Yeah.
Wow.
All right.